LLM can jump straight to the answer. Ask, what is 17 times 24? Easy, 408. But ask, what is 17 times 24 times 13? And the model says, probably 5304. Probably. That's a very expensive game of trust me bro. That's where reasoning techniques come in. Chain of thought. Chain of thought describes a reasoning approach where the model works through intermediate steps before producing the final answer. Instead of going straight from problem to answer, it reasons step by step, then verifies, then answers. That extra structure is what separates a guess from a computation. Here's a concrete example. A server handles 120 requests per minute. Traffic increases by 25%. What's the new rate? Instead of jumping straight to an answer, decompose it. 25% of 120 is 30. Add 30 to 120. Final answer, 150 requests per minute. Intermediate steps mean less guessing. Best practice number 1. Break complex problems into smaller steps. Don't ask an AI agent to magically solve a huge problem in one jump. Give it a workflow. Instead of analyze this entire system and find the bug, say, identify the failing endpoint, trace the request, inspect logs, find the exception, verify the root cause. In software engineering, reasoning is useful when debugging because the system already has a natural sequence: request, controller, service, database, exception. The goal isn't to guess the bug, it's to eliminate possibilities until you find the cause. Request received, authentication passed, controller executed, service executed, database query. There's the SQL error, root cause found. And if the model ever says, have you tried turning it off and on again? That's not a debugging strategy. Best practice number 2. Don't stop at reasoning. Verify the result. A model can produce a beautifully structured explanation and still be completely wrong. Bad assumption. Beautiful reasoning. Wrong answer. Remember, a confident wrong answer is still wrong. Best practice number 3. Use deterministic tools for deterministic work. If you need exact arithmetic, let a calculator or code do it. If you need database facts, query the database. Don't make the LLM pretend to be a calculator, a database, and a search engine at the same time. LLM equals reasoning and orchestration. Tools equal deterministic execution. Best practice number 4. Don't use expensive reasoning for trivial tasks. What's 2 plus 2? Do you want 50 tokens of reasoning? No, it's 4. Simple question, simple answer. Complex planning problem, structured reasoning. Production engineering is choosing the simplest solution that works. Best practice number 5. Validate at the application layer. Never assume the prompt guarantees a valid result. Your application should validate model output. The model returns JSON. A schema validator checks required fields and valid enums. Business rules run. Then the application acts. Prompting guides behavior. Validation protects your system. Remember yesterday's few-shot prompting? Few-shot gives the model examples of the behavior you want. Reasoning techniques help with problems that require multiple steps. They solve different problems, and they can be combined. Examples plus reasoning. Here's the combination in action. Example, 120 requests, plus 25%. Steps, 25% of 120 is 30. 120 plus 30 is 150. Output, 150. Now the new input, 200 requests, plus 15%. The few-shot example demonstrates the pattern. Reasoning executes the multi-step task, but reasoning isn't free. Direct, a small prompt. Reasoning, a much bigger one. More intermediate computation means more tokens, more latency, more cost. So the goal isn't always use more reasoning, the goal is use enough reasoning to solve the problem reliably, and measure everything. Don't assume chain of thought improved your system because the output looks smarter. Create test cases. Measure accuracy. Baseline, 82%. With reasoning, 89. Reasoning plus verification, 94. And sometimes bad reasoning makes it worse, 82. Down to 79. If you can't measure it, it feels better is not a metric. Here's how a principal engineer thinks. Start with the task. Is it simple? Give a direct answer. Does it need examples? Few shot. Multiple steps? Reason. Then verify. And always check the side branches. Need knowledge? RAG. Need exact calculation? Use a tool. Need valid structure? Schema validation. Simple. Direct. Pattern. Few shot. Complex. Reason and verify. That's the framework. So the real lesson isn't what's the coolest prompting technique. It's what is the simplest architecture that reliably solves this problem? Chain of thought is not a magic phrase. It's a reasoning concept. In production, combine reasoning with verification, tools, validation, and evaluation. Reason, verify. Use tools when the work is deterministic. Validate structured output, and evaluate against a baseline. Because a confident wrong answer is still wrong. That's day 12 of the 100-day AI engineering series. Tomorrow, we're moving from reasoning to one of the technologies behind semantic search, RAG, and recommendation systems, embeddings. See you in day 13.